All right, guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV Live. I'm not going to do this stupid live.
Go ahead, you know you want to.
Live!
I just hate it. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Live. We are the most dangerous people in animation.
Apparently.
What the hell? I guess there's not very many dangerous people in animation. Are we streaming?
Are
we streaming? Let's see here. It's not showing yet. We are hopefully going to start streaming here pretty soon. Early and girly. It's alive. All right. So other people are getting it. It's not showing on our other
Speaking
streamer.
of girly, his drink of choice is sangria today.
It's Seagram Sangria. It's
So there you go.
Yeah, it is. It's very fruity. Hello, hello. Okay, so yeah, we started a little bit early. So we got a lot of ground to cover. We don't do live streams. Thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. We don't do a lot of live streams anymore because we don't really have time.
No.
But we do enjoy doing them. Now, we haven't done one since The Rise of Skywalker. Turn on the volume.
Turn up the volume?
Turn up the volume? Let me see here. I can turn the gain up a little bit, but I don't want to turn it up too much because that's going to... Let's see. Is that working? Here, I can turn... There we go.
Now you're probably blasting everybody out.
Okay, is that working for you guys? All right. Wow. Okay, so we are back. Hey, Pope Size, how's it going? So yeah, we don't do the shows very much because we don't have time. Last one we did was The Rise of Skywalker.
It was the sit out. But still haven't gone to see it yet.
Yeah, no, we still haven't seen The Rise of Skywalker. I'm gonna tell you the truth, we haven't seen it yet. No interest in seeing it.
So, no, we've done live streams before, Tim, but it's been a while, so...
Yeah, so we're going to talk about The Rise of Skywalker, kind of post-mortem.
We're going to talk about ThunderCats.
We're going to talk about ThunderCats Roar.
Apparently we broke some people on Twitter.
We broke some people. Hey, Tim, thank you. Did not have to do that. Can't stick. Take Geeky to lunch. I owe her lunch after today. I do.
Yeah, he does. He made me mad earlier. It wasn't pretty.
I made it bad.
He made the mistake of when he wanted me to not talk, is putting his finger out like... Don't talk. Did not go well for him.
Wait a minute. I was not trying to shush a woman. I was trying to get you to wait a minute. But yeah, okay, I'll take you out to lunch. Thank you so much for that, by the way, Tim.
I'm not a preschool teacher. I'm actually an art teacher, which I'm certified from like preschool to high school. Anyway, go ahead.
Alex Halo, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Hi, Clownfish TV. Hello back. Yeah, a lot of people sat out. Slowest crawl to a billion ever. Yeah, I think
it is.
I think Joker might have actually gotten to a billion faster. I'm not 100% sure.
I haven't been following it because I didn't care.
Hey, far beyond infinity. Hello. Yeah, other than the art, I like ThunderCats. People are allowed to like it.
Yeah, and we always say that. You're allowed to like it. Well, the last one I was a little bit like, pissy, but I had some other stuff happening before that video. And my reason I was so mad about that one isn't because of ThunderCats so much as it is I'm tired of them rebooting everything, doing what they do to it, and then telling everybody they have to like it or there's something wrong with them. And I'm just tired of being, what's that expression, of them pissing on my head and telling me it's raining. Yeah. I'm just sick and tired of it. And that's more to do with, I just got sick of it. And that was more to do with that than anything. It's not for me. You are allowed to like it. You're allowed not to like it. As we always say, contrary to what Twitter says.
Yeah, so Twitter wasn't very, and we'll talk about this later. We're going to talk about this weird, and we talked about it a little bit before. We talked about the Tumblr cartoon mafia. And it really is kind of like they've migrated to Twitter. And you have a bunch of young adults, teenagers and young adults who are taking cartoons entirely too seriously. Mm-hmm. It's really crazy.
We're going to talk about that. You need to call someone or something for these people.
Yeah, I know, right? Geek Cinema, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Love your channel. Thank you. Stay strong. Yeah, we try. What would you want to see from ThunderCats 2011 Season 2? More the Berserkers. Did they do the Berserkers in 2011? I don't know if they did. They were pretty cool.
I don't remember.
It's been a long time since I said Karilu, hey, how you doing? Didn't have to do that. I watched The Rise of Skywalker after Rey and Kylo kissed and Kylo died. It felt kind of blue-balled.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are mad about that. So
you're a Raylo then? Are you a Raylo? Because
wait, sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was like, are you a good Raylo or are you a bad Raylo? It's kind of like, are you a good witch? Oh my God. Or are you a bad witch? Sorry.
Metacore, hey, thank you, everybody. We're going to try to read as many comments as we can. Last time, we had so many people on, we couldn't even read comments. It was insane. Okay, so The Rise of Skywalker is not even at $1 billion yet. Mm-hmm. This is the last Star Wars movie ever until they make another one.
Yeah, until they make another one, yes.
And it's not even at $1 billion yet. It's like 900 and where's it at? 980 million or something. Yeah, 89 million worldwide. That's not good. For the last Star Wars ever, they expected another Endgame. They expected this to be a $2 billion movie.
Yeah, it's taken quite a while, and it still hasn't hit it. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's just not doing too good. And Forbes, they're calling it out, but they didn't like The Rise of Skywalker. So this one's not getting the media support.
Oh, I think this one did exactly what we said it was going to do. It just was for nobody. They lost all the old fans with The Last Jedi. They pissed off all the Last Jedi people with The Rise of Skywalker. And so it was basically a film for no one.
Yeah, it's a film for nobody. And people aren't going to see it repeated times like they did with the other Star Wars movies. You're not hearing like, well, I had to see it, but after watching it 5 times, it's just not the movie I was hoping it was going to be. You need alcohol here, have this.
I probably do.
Drink this. But I'm a good witch. Yeah, we're all good witches. Witches rock. Okay, so I want to tell you, before we get into even, we'll talk more about the death of Star Wars, which is really not a good look for Disney. But people accuse us of hating things, and you haven't seen it yet, but The Owl House.
Oh, can I say something real quick?
It's actually pretty good.
Sorry, they said, thank you for saying they're good or bad Raylos. Well, there are good and bad Raylos. Just like there's good and bad people, and, in any kind of group. There's always, and unfortunately, the ones that act out in a bad way paint the broad brush the entire group. And I'm not going to say that all Raylos are bad, because they're not. Just like I'm not going to say that everybody in the Phantom Menace is bad, because they're not. I'm just, I'm just tired of this whole, it's a black and white, it has to be a certain way, it's either you're good or you're bad, and it's a load of crap. Anyway, continue.
Owl
House, go ahead.
Owl House I thought was good. Is it quote unquote SJW?
I didn't get to watch it yet, so I can't say, guys.
I don't think it's blatant. I mean, look, it's,
I can't comment. I didn't see it.
No, the character, the Owl Witch, the Owl Lady is basically another Ryoko from Tenchi.
Ryoko, but you know what? I will give them credit for at least they had taste in watching Tenchi.
At least they watched Tenchi. That's good. Hey, J. Paula 821 didn't have to do that. Thank you. Rhea's not my Skywalker. No, she isn't a Skywalker.
She's not my Skywalker either.
She's like, what was the movie with the crazy babysitter that wanted to take over the house? Was it
Rock the Cradle?
Yeah, was it Rock the Cradle?
What was it called? I don't remember.
Is that what it's called? Where the hand that rocks the cradle?
Something like that.
Yeah, where she wanted to be the new mom. Basically, that's Rey. She came in the Skywalker house and decided she wants to be the.
Hello,
Skywalker.
Molly from Germany. Hey, how's it going in Germany? Anyway, she said hi, and she's one of our reefers.
Oh, hey,
so I wanted
Molly
to make
the
sure
reefer.
I said, and I talked to Molly before. So
yeah, if you want to be a reefer, see the little fish that Molly has in the green. You can subscribe and you can be a reefer too.
The legal type of reefer.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm a little disappointed. Georgiously Gabby says, I'm a little disappointed in Disney Star Wars. Not in my personal opinion, it's not canon.
Well, we don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think it's sort of tacked on. I don't think we really needed. It's like Disney's Doug. It's best just to forget about it and go back to the original show.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, we're at 666 people watching now. We're down.
Oh, no, it's the mark of the beast.
We're totally the devil. Anyway.
The reef of the beast. Hey, Johnny Perry. Good to see you. And he's got a little fish
yeah,
too.
You
not
know
allowed to hate ThunderCats.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because everybody's like telling us about everybody flipping out on Twitter about us. And I went and looked. And first of all, it's not hardly anybody. I mean, there's a few people, but it's only like a handful of people that are getting so upset that we don't like it.
A handful of wannabe animators and
it's
cartoon
hilarious to
fans who are
hello from England,
possibly in need of mental help. Casey, hey, thank you. Didn't have to do that. You guys are the best. Thanks for the joy you bring. See, we bring happiness to some people.
I know, but we're just haters.
Rise of Skywalker go away. It's going to fade away. So we'll talk about this. Forbes, Rise of Skywalker will eventually pass 1 billion this week. It took it a month.
Oh, it's going to this week?
Yeah, a month.
Okay.
And while it has performed under expectations since Christmas, the raw numbers show that audiences will still show up for Star Wars. Yeah, but not like they used to.
But you have to understand, too, with The Rise of Skywalker, unlike some of the other films, they had the reshoots were really bad. The amount of publicity it took to get to $1 billion was a lot of money. So I don't think they're going to make as much money on it anyway, because they probably spent way more than they spent in the last 2 films.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah, they said it basically, it just didn't perform. It didn't perform. It's $1 billion disappointment. Pope size. Reefer Squad, swim out.
Swim out. You have to do it right. You have to do it like Transformers.
Swim out.
There you go. Reefer Squad. Well, wouldn't it be, that would be like more like glub, 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 glub. Oh, you should tell them you're glub, glub, I'm a mermaid.
No, I'm not going to do glub, glub.
Okay, when the kids were little, Neon decided he was going to make a song for the kids. And it was, what was it? Glub, glub, I'm a mermaid.
All right.
He's going to do the glub, glub, I'm a mermaid.
All right, the kids are going to kill me. And Tim Riggs, thank you. Before I do glub, glub, this song's sponsored by Tim. Thank you, Tim. You didn't have to do that. The so-called Cal Art style needs to be shot, disemboweled, and the intestines ripped out, wrapped around a thorn bush, and kicked backwards off a cliff.
I just think we need some different styles of art.
I think that it's run its course. All right, so here's the song that I used to sing to the kids to get them to sleep. I need another sip of alcohol. Hold on.
It's funny. No, I have never tried it a bidet. Anyways.
Wow, we get some questions. All right. Glub, glub, I'm a mermaid. Glub, glub, I'm a mermaid. Glub, glub, I'm a mermaid. And I swim with the tidy bowl man.
Anybody's just coming in right now.
Well, there's another verse.
I know.
I can't. Okay, there's another verse.
I'm trying to remember the second
Flounder is cooking in the skillet.
Flounder's
cooking in the skillet. Flounder's cooking in the skillet. He's good with butter and herb.
Oh, there was another one, too. There's another verse.
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking something, because it was watch out for falling poop. What was it?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. Swim with the Tidy Bowl Man. There's something about watch out for falling poops.
It was like...
I don't remember exactly.
Tidy Bowl Man's in his dinghy or something. Tidy Bowl Man's in his dinghy. Teddy Bowl Man's in his dinghy. Watch out for flying poop or falling poops.
Poops, because you're in the toilet with a Teddy Bowl Man.
Look, you said poops. You are good enough to do one of these reboots. Pick your 80s franchise.
Oh, God, I don't sing.
Toots.
Toots. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, that was the next Baby Shark. Oh, God,
yeah.
No. Somehow our kids...
Put it on iTunes.
Somehow our kids wound up somewhat normal. They didn't know what I was saying because they were babies when I was singing it.
Well, no, they were old enough to know. As legit as it gets. How's the Toodles situation? Toodles situation has been resolved.
We do have, I thought I posted a picture of Toodles. We have Toodles in
we
our
bought
possession.
Toodles on the live stream. Toodles is in a special case locked up where he cannot be harmed by Neon's feet. Go ahead.
Lots of people have been harmed. I'm not going to be the next Baby Shark. So anyway, Rise of Skywalker still has not hit $1 billion, almost a month. I think, I'm sorry. Star Wars is like, it's waning. The interest in Star Wars is waning. I mean, look, The Mandalorian was good, but Star Wars as a movie franchise, I think they knew it. That's why they're pushing everything over to Disney Plus. I think that's why they knew it. Jeg, hey, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Speaking of killing Cal Arts, don't do that. And better animation, you guys seen Jendy Tartakovsky's Primal? No, I haven't yet. I've heard it was really good though. Saving animation with violence. Jendy Tartakovsky's awesome. Samurai Jack.
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah. JC, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Enjoy the 5. What are your thoughts on Eckhart's Ladder? Research revealing Marvel Star Wars comics have stolen 87 and counting pieces of fan art. Probably.
Oh yeah, it's not just
that's a Disney thing.
Yeah, I have seen this, and they have they've shown where they took ships and they just flat out just took them, and they didn't even give credit, or didn't ask permission or anything. Yeah, and they'll say their argument's going to be because they own the IP that technically that fan art is infringing on them.
That's what they do. Yeah, they do it. Disney does it.
I was going to mention the parks.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
At the parks, not all. Look. Some of the merchandise at the parks, the t-shirt designs, etc., look suspiciously similar to fan art or art on Etsy. They use Etsy as marketing research, and then they'll turn around, they'll tell those people to shut their shops down. This is a Disney thing. Yeah,
we've seen it many times. I've seen shirts on Etsy, and then I see them in the stores, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and they'll get away with it because they'll be like, well, we're Disney, and if nothing else, we'll stall you out in court. And
that's what they do.
So they'll let us take it.
Tim Whitfield, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Ever played any humongous entertainment games? Yeah, we have, and I can't remember which one it was off the top of my head, but I remember the title. Was that the one with the girl and they were going to sacrifice her to a monster? And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Squid King would know. He would know.
I can go down and ask him. So.
Yeah, but lots of Tims. Yeah, we have a lot of Tims. Dapper Dragon Media, hello. TCats Backlash. I think I need to come on. Your name was invoked.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about some tweets, and you got invoked with us.
We're not quite there yet, Aaron, but your name was invoked, and people were gonna cancel you because you apparently work on Darkwing Duck comics badly.
Yeah.
And you're terrible, and you hang out with us, and we are actually the cartoon equivalent of Alex Jones is what.
Which is hilarious to me because we're not.
Which is hilarious.
I don't even want
to. Tony Williams, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Raylo is the most forced romance since Katniss and Peeta. Yeah, I'm going there.
Well, yeah, it was. I don't think it was meant to be. I mean, I got the vibe there's a connection, but I thought more of like, you know, I don't know, like a sibling type thing or something. I thought maybe she's going to turn out to be a sister or something. I didn't think they were going to go there. Then they have them like, you know, forced, you know, messaging each other, and he doesn't have a shirt on. And I was like, there's some force involved, and you know, you're not supposed to force anything on anybody. So unless it's a force message, then you can force it on people all you want.
I thought that was bad. I thought it was bad to have a guy that was abusive, that tries to kill you, that tries to mind rape you. I thought that was
a little bit. I don't think that was a bad thing. You know, just saying.
Yeah, the most forced romance was Anakin and Padme. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you know that one too.
I burn for you. I do too. I have the hot.
Well, no, I love when he went and killed all those. You know, I killed them all, even the kids, and she's like, "It's okay, I still love you."
Oh my God, that makes me so hot, murdering children.
Like, oh my
I just
God.
can't, Anakin. I want to have a baby right now.
I'd be like, oh, that's so great. You go in the bedroom, wait for me, and I'll be downstairs, 911. You know?
Yeah,
like,
right. I mean, could you imagine if I went to you and said, "Honey, I had a really bad day and I just murdered a bunch of kids. Let's make out."
I'd be like, okay, like I said, I'll meet you up there. Go wait for me, and then I'll call 911. Let's play a cool game involving rope. You wait here while I go, you know, get some oil, and then I'll call the cops. Now everybody's like, what the hell? Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
you stop for a minute, and I can see in your head you're thinking about
turning the frog's weave. I would bring Aaron on, but I can't because now I got all set up to do this, so we can't. But I can talk about Aaron behind his back on the live stream. No, we're actually gonna pull up tweets where they
he can make sure you comment in the chat, Aaron.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. So, anyway, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker finally crawls its way 950 million. I think the general public is done.
I just think everybody is going to see it. Went to see it at this point.
Yeah,
I didn't go see it, so
no, we haven't seen it yet. We actually haven't seen it.
I saw this. I didn't read it. The new Star Wars ride is going to save Disneyland by it's the same Rick guy from. Let me guess. Is this Motley Fool? Yep. Everything's going to save Disneyland and Disney World, according to Rick from the Motley Fool.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Ethan. Greetings from Marblehead, Massachusetts.
Greetings,
Marblehead. Black Phoenix, Okie dokie. That's what we call our cat now. Okay.
Our cat, yeah, his cat's Rio Okie, but we call him Okie, and then just became an Okie Dokie.
A Neon and Geek here, Gomez and Morticia Adams. We saw the Adams.
Oh my God, that's so ironic. Yeah, our Pinky Boo absolutely adores anything that's the Addams Family, except for the new movie. Hated the new movie, but she likes the old live action ones, so we went and bought them for her yesterday.
On Blu-ray, they had a 2-pack for like $11 at Walmart, and they're really good. I mean, I think the Raul Julia, Angelica Houston ones are very, very good.
Yeah, so we have watched 3 different movies in the last like day or two. That is Addams Family. Ironically, Unleash the Geeky. I was in a very bad mood. Was that yesterday? It all blends together.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? The ThunderCats? Was that the day before?
Every day is a bad day.
I don't even remember what day that was. Was that yesterday or the day before?
I think it was day before yesterday. You just had a really bad day. And then you came home to ThunderCats Roar.
I came home and I was already swearing about rude people out and about. And then we're like, let's do a video. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
She walks in and I'm watching ThunderCats Roar. She's not asking any questions. Why is my adult husband watching ThunderCats Roar? I'm just like, it's on!
Well, I knew it was coming because I had been on the Cartoon Network app, or the thing about the app, just the day before that, and I noticed it was showing up, but it wasn't like the movie. The episodes weren't there, but I saw they were doing something with it, so I knew it was coming. And then our friend Sarah sent it over that it was live. So I didn't get to watch it, but you watched it, and you were actually going to do a video without me. But I made it home just in time, and we all know how that went. So
people ask about the Addams Family cartoon movie. I'm torn because there were parts of it I really liked, but the overall plot I thought was very kind of remind me of the Lorax or something. Like it was very, I don't know. I think it was almost too cartoony, and I just didn't like that they had an origin for the Adamses at the beginning, and I didn't really like that too much. But I do like that they used the original Charles Addams character designs.
The designs.
I thought that was good. I think Finn Wolfhard, again, in another, scary kids movie, he was too old to play Pugsley.
It was scary?
Yeah, it was supposed to be scary.
I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't for us. You're allowed to like it, as we always say, contrary to what Twitter says. Anyway, what else were you talking about?
I was going to talk about how the ride that breaks down the most often in Walt Disney World is somehow going to save Disneyland.
Okay.
I've already heard on Twitter, Twitter's reliable, Owl House. People were asking about it. It was pretty.
We gotta
good.
watch it.
I know. I watched.
Well,
most
you
of
watched it. I didn't get to watch it.
Leon Garnett, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Not another Disney Star Wars rant stream starring Nia and Geeky Sparkle. Slightly off topic. Baking pizza and hoping they don't ruin Clone Wars. Yeah, me too.
I hope they don't ruin Clone Wars too. But who knows anymore? I don't even.
Adam's Family cartoon is actually pretty good. But yeah, so it's already breaking down. They're testing it in Disneyland. Now this is the one that we have heard. We have heard they put the track on upside down originally.
But they fixed it. It's been fixed. But that's why it got pushed back so much later than the Walt Disney World one.
Yeah, so it's coming to Disneyland, guys. It's gonna save Disneyland.
That's right.
Yeah, so get ready. It's coming.
I wasn't aware Disneyland needed saving, but
17th.
Yeah, 17th. Same day, I think was it 17th? I think it's 17th. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm trying to keep track because I have so many things going on in a day with Disney news, and it's so many different dates. That it's not like for example, today we heard that the most likely the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party at Walt Disney World is going to start on August 13th, 3 days sooner than last year, and then come probably a couple years from now, it's going to be in July.
So good news, you can on your summer vacation, you can go have a Halloween party at
That's
Disney
right.
World. They'll say it's because of Friday the 13th. I'm sure.
It's not Friday the 13th. I looked. I checked that. That was my first thing I checked.
Hey, Grimjoy, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Have either of you seen Troll Hunters? I've seen some of it. It's actually really good. I thought did the hero's journey really well. Three Below kind of sucked. They're the ones that are doing the second He-Man series, the animation.
Oh yeah, from the Troll Hunters.
Hunters. So it might actually be pretty good.
We need Disneyland to be saved from the wine moms. Ironically, Neon is drinking sangria.
It's flavored beer. It's not really wine.
Okay.
It's not really wine.
So
but,
anyway, can we talk about ThunderCats?
Is this where everybody wants to go to? Here, one more thing. Disney denies they're holding back on Hawkeye.
Technically, according to Verge, the one chick, she said somebody at Disney told her that it's inaccurate with no other information about why it's inaccurate. But supposedly.
Because I think they're getting backlash for it.
Supposedly, possibly, maybe.
Yeah. Why don't your avatars have noses so we don't
Because we don't want to smell people. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So Hawkeye, yeah, and even when Hawkeye comes out, I mean, the gist I was getting from it was going to be about him training Kate.
Right.
Kate Bishop
to take over.
To replace him, basically, because he's too expensive and problematic. He's problematic. Has Been Hotel. I saw a little bit of it. It looks pretty good. Hawkeye's too white. He's too problematic.
It's problematic. Proper beer. I don't like beer. That's the problem, Phoenix Moon. I just don't like beer. I
like Yingling.
I don't. Neon does. I'm more of a mixed drink where you have hard liquors in it type person than I am.
Long Island iced tea.
I'm like, you give me a mixed drink with a lot of booze in it, and I'm more about that. Just saying.
What is happening with High Guardian Spice? High Guardian Spice is it's at least the pilot's done because they were screening it. The person that saw it said it actually wasn't that bad. Right. But we don't know where it is. We have no idea where it is.
Yeah, we were still. I keep checking, but I haven't seen anything sent.
Nintendo Direct news thoughts. I'm gonna have to look into it. I know I have a Switch. You got me a Switch Lite for Christmas, and I haven't even had time to play it yet. It still sits in the box, and I'm sorry. I love it though. It's
You're
blue.
welcome.
It's blue, but I haven't had time to play it. I feel bad. Dreary Nitpicker, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Hey guys, Gary and Doomcock sent me over. Oh, cool. Well, say hello. Hail Clownfish.
We're trying for 100,000.
100K. Here we go. Keep up the good work.
We're trying, guys. We're trying so hard.
Solo did lose money. It did lose money. But everything loses money with Hollywood accounting. All right. Here's what everybody's here for, apparently.
It's all fine here.
Sweet
ThunderCats, it's
Jesus
fine.
on toast.
Fireball. I probably like Fireball. I like cinnamon. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I'm talking about Fireball.
Yeah, you do. Why are you firing my balls? Nikki D, thank you. Is Doctor Strange losing its director concerning? Yes, very much so.
Red King was very unhappy about that. That's his favorite one. He was so excited about the next one, and now he's like, oh crap.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Actually, we didn't mind Solo
creative differences.
Creative differences. It's every other month Disney's losing somebody. Thrash Metal Fiend, thank you. Didn't have to do that. The highest level of education training I had in writing was a creative writing class I took in college 8 years ago. I can write better movies and TV shows than most professionals today.
Well, probably.
That's not probably not untrue.
Okay, so now we're gonna get harassed on Twitter for this live stream. Anyway, go ahead. Where are you going to go with this?
So, okay, relax, everybody. ThunderCats Roar is completely fine. Now, if you follow the channel, we had a very salty video a couple days ago about ThunderCats Roar. It was a gut reaction to the show.
Well, I also, like I said, admittedly, I was in a bad mood prior to doing that video, and that video did not help. Continue.
Yeah. So anyway, well, before we go, Tim Riggs again. This episode's sponsored by Tim Riggs Incorporated. Thank you. Have you considered reaching out to any of the Fandom Menace stream shows to see if you could guest? Could get you some exposure.
A couple of them have already said.
Yeah, I mean, Neurotic, I know he's wanted to get us on before, but our schedules are so crazy. They're so crazy.
Yeah.
Like we never can commit to a time. It's just we do videos and we can do them. Raging Golden Eagle, good to see you. Go check his channel out. At this point, saying you can make better stuff than the mainstream is like saying you can smell better than a fresh turd. Not a high bar. Not a high bar. Okay.
Oh, okay.
ThunderCats Roar. So we did a salty video. And it was a knee-jerk reaction. And, Geeky was already in a foul mood. I really was willing to give the show a chance. I gotta be honest. Mm-hmm. But my gut reaction as an old school fan of ThunderCats and as someone who's seen this, rebooting happen time and time again.
That's what I'm mad about.
Was very negative. Because it was worse than I prepared myself for.
It was worse than we thought. It really was.
Here, Fixie Clary, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Geeky's rant regarding ThunderCats Roar is 100% appropriate.
Thank you.
I can remember the original series vividly. That thing is a punch in the face.
Yeah. There's parody and then there's that. There is a difference.
Yeah, whereas with Teen Titans Go, it's, look, say what you will about it, but at the end of the day, I still think they kind of sort of mostly respect the source material. It's kind of.
The characters are kind of who they are. They weren't like, they really were. Here's another bottle of drink. Oh my gosh. He ran out of alcohol. He needs more. Here's your alcohol.
Well, if we're going to talk, oh my God, we got more people talking. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Ambitious Manga, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Try watching ThunderCats Roar against Geeky Sparkle's wishes. You should not have done that.
See, I warned you.
I regret everything.
I was trying to save you.
Jeg, thank you. Didn't have to do that. You think all the original ThunderCat Japanese animators who went to make Dragon Ball, Miyazaki movies, etc. look at ThunderCats Roar just feel depressed. Yeah, people don't understand. A lot of people
we're going to mention that.
A lot of people who worked on the original ThunderCats went on to Studio Ghibli. Mm-hmm. It was Topcraft, which was, I guess, a precursor to Studio Ghibli.
But that was all just, it was this trashy animation.
I love
how they bash the animation on these 80s shows, and then they compare it to what they're putting out now, like that's an improvement. I just can't wrap my head around this. Like, okay, whether you like the new ThunderCats Roar or not, there is no way in hell you can argue that is much better looking and better animated than the original. You can argue it, but you look really stupid. I'm just saying.
Scott Pickering says that the showrunner should get a haircut.
Well, man buns are a choice. It's not.
Choice.
If he wants to wear a man bun, more power to him. But I was mad, and what I'm mostly angry about, and it's not just ThunderCats Roar, it's this attitude in general. I am so effing tired.
I missed somebody's question. Paul
hold on. Go look. Sometimes it goes really fast and we don't see it. Let me see. Did you miss it? Okay, hold on, Paul. We're looking.
Did.
Well, he's looking. I'm gonna say. So I just get tired. I just get so damn tired of this stuff happening, and it's subpar, and then we're told we have to love it. And then if you say, okay, I don't like it, it's not for me, or you say, I don't really like the design, how dare you? You are a bad person. Where did you miss it?
I don't know. I must have missed it. Tell you what, I'll have him ask me a question, and I'll answer it. Hey,
we post it regularly.
Yeah, just at me there, Paul, and I will read your question.
Because you can't find it.
Yeah.
But that's what I got the most mad about. Because I think a lot of you guys understand what I'm talking about. It's just that they keep doing this. This is not an improvement. It's not an improvement. They keep acting like they reinvented the wheel, and you didn't. And it looks like garbage. And I'm sorry if you don't want to hear that, but it does.
Yeah, our original, Paul, if you're out there, just at CLOWNFISH TV and ask me your question. I can't seem to find it, and I do apologize for that. But it's not a man bun. It's a poor attempt at culturally appropriating Japanese top knot.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's not really a man bun. What is it? So, yeah, ThunderCats Roar, gut reaction was not good. Because it felt mean-spirited. It felt like a mockery. It didn't feel like an homage. It didn't feel like a proper reboot. It felt like we're giving the finger to 80s cartoons. Mm-hmm. And
we've seen it before.
We've seen it before.
And She-Ra looks like a masterpiece in comparison.
Johnny Perry, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I wouldn't be so mad about Roar if some of the defenders of it weren't trying to accuse me of not supporting 2011. Yeah,
we're going to talk about
that. I love the anime ThunderCats and still support more seasons of that. Yeah, it was good. It was pulled before its time.
A lot of people watched ThunderCats 2011.
Nicholas Horton, ThunderCats 2011 deserves another season revival like Young Justice. Yeah, see, this is what is interesting about this is they have it backwards. Like this show belongs in 2011. Mm-hmm. You know, whereas 2011 ThunderCats belongs current year because anime's hot
and they
again.
wonder why anime and manga are kicking their asses and why it's taking over the comic book sales and everything. Because people don't want the shit they're giving us. They want the stuff that looks good and has good stories to it. That's what people want. And that's why these shows, like the anime and the manga, is doing so much damage to the American markets because people want that. They don't want this. Just saying.
Okay, Paul. Oh, I was asking you guys if you won't mind being a guest on my radio show. Oh, thank you. I think did we get that email? We might have. We get a lot, guys, I'm so sorry. We get a ton of emails anymore, and it's like sometimes we get to them and sometimes they get lost. And
most times we get busy and forget.
Yeah, most times we get busy. Possibly, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if we have time. But
yeah, we're just trying to do so many things. But maybe if we can squeeze it in.
Ambitious Manga, thank you. What advice do you have for people trying to make reboots with changes but actually respecting the originals? That's a good question. And this is where, people say we hate everything, and that's not the case. I know some people in the chat don't like the new DuckTales. I like the new DuckTales.
Yeah.
And this is coming from, we worked on Disney comics for years. I worked on Uncle Scrooge comics for like 15 years. And I love the comics continuity and the fact that they got that one right, I think, because they modernized it. It's not condescending to the original. And they took a lot of elements from the comics that were lacking from the original DuckTales and put into this version of the show. I think the intention, is the key. Are they trying, either if they do something different, are they trying to respect the original, or are they just trying to piss on the original?
Well, right from the get-go, my first thing that would tell me whether or not you're trying to respect the original is if people have comments about it, I don't like the new designs, because, your first attitude shouldn't be, there's something wrong with you. You're a misogynist, sexist, bigoted, whatever, because you don't like character designs. When I hear that, right off the bat, I know you have no desire to try to appease old fans and try to make a bridge. You just want to blow the bridge up and then, somehow elevate yourself and say you're better.
Yeah. Alex Halo, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Watch 2011 ThunderCats. It was good. Also, Lost Paws didn't like the last Star Wars movie. A lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it.
And Aaron says, Dapper Dragon Media, that's Aaron Sparrow, says, I love the new DuckTales because it's done right. Yeah, there's reverence. I think that's the key. There are good reboots.
You can change things. That's okay. As long as you change things and you're remembering that, if it's a established IP, and it has a long fan base. I mean, it's been around for a long time and has a lot of people that have been around for years. You have to remember, you cannot just completely make, like with the She-Ra. It basically felt like it's a completely different show. They slapped She-Ra paint on. It wasn't even like She-Ra. They were using the names and that's it. You have to at least be somewhat similar to the original.
But I will be completely fair with She-Ra. Especially after watching ThunderCats Roar. At least She-Ra was trying to be a good show. And if it wasn't called She-Ra, I think I actually would have enjoyed it a lot more. Does that make sense?
Well, that and the behavior, the
marketing people,
behavior, just from the character designs and the way they lashed out, people immediately turned. They caused more damage with the marketing on that than anything.
Yeah. Scrooge McDuck in the new show doesn't seem to care about money at all. He isn't greedy or cheap enough. He wasn't in the original DuckTales either. I'll be honest. He wasn't.
He was more so in the comic.
If you read the Barks comics, especially the Rosa comics, which I had the pleasure.
Which he actually worked on and drew parts of it.
I did. And you read those comics, Uncle Scrooge. I hate now. Rosa makes him a little more sympathetic, but he basically would sell his family for $1. I mean, he's very, very, very much a capitalist. He is. Jay Paula, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Are you ready for Captain Schmarmel?
Yes,
even more woke.
Just James
Schmarvel.
Yeah. I know. I saw that people mention this. Yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, when you had a hard sell the first time, what in the hell would make you think it's a good idea to double down on it the second time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's this whole phase. That's what all this phase 4 is just that's what they've made it very clear. Their phase 4 is to push, certain agendas and diversity. which is fine. Diversity is okay as long as it's not, as long as you have good characters in a good movie or show that happens to be that they're diverse. If it's that diversity is your main targeted selling point, like they're making it out to be, that's when you worry.
Dragon Prince gets it right.
Yeah, very much
Dragon Prince
so.
gets it right. Charles Hoffman, hey, new drinking game. You have to take a drink every time Neon says thank you. You didn't have to do that.
I'll die.
Make sure you have plenty of booze. I have plenty.
Well,
here.
he already drank almost 2 bottles already. Good thing he's not driving.
What do you think about the EFAP stream? Don't watch it. Isn't the She-Ra reboot a woke show? It's its own thing, that's for sure. But it's preferable to ThunderCats.
Okay, I don't like She-Ra. I don't like the new She-Ra either. I didn't even watch the last season because I just I can't, guys. I'm sorry. However, comparatively speaking, it is a masterpiece compared to ThunderCats Roar. Just saying. And now we're in trouble for that because, we said that She-Ra was better. Somehow we're in trouble for that too.
Yeah, I brought that up actually because the Mary's okay. So we did a couple of videos this week and we got all kinds of crap. So anyway, we keep getting sidetracked here. This is why we don't do live streams.
Yes.
But thank you. So anyway, ThunderCats Roar had a very knee-jerk reaction to it, let loose, and I stand by everything I said. I'm not apologizing.
I stand by what I said too. I mean, I probably shouldn't have called him man bun, but he was a troll. I'm sorry, this was a troll, is what this was.
Thoughts on the Dragon Prince? I love it.
We love Dragon Prince.
I love it. Dragon Prince is
beautifully animated. It's
it's the heir apparent to the original Avatar.
Yeah, we don't like Korra.
More so than Korra. Korra was.
We didn't like Korra.
Yeah, it's.
I'm 2 shots of tequila in already. You go, Aaron.
So anyway, so I don't apologize for what I said. I do believe that there's a lot of cynicism behind this show, and again, when you work on something with an established audience by using that brand, the audience has a certain expectation. We're way easier on brand new shows, brand new movies than we are on sequels or reboots or reimaginings or whatever.
Right, because I can really appreciate that, because at least it's your own thing. At least it's something new. Even if I don't really care for the animation style, or even if I don't think the humor is my kind of humor, I can at least respect it because it's something new. And, but when you're going to do a reboot on something, it's a problem.
Yeah, I like the clownfish here. Is the Galaxy's Edge now considered a suicide forest for canon? Oh, I don't know.
We're going to be checking out Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna
so when we go, we will make sure we live stream from Galaxy's Edge so you guys can take a look. I'm just letting you know now that will be coming. It won't be till next month though. Go ahead.
Yeah. So ThunderCats. Yeah, and I stand by what I said. It's a slap in the face to the original. Using the original music, mocking what was at the time an incredibly expensive, incredibly groundbreaking show. And there's a lot of cynicism around it. People are like, and I gotta pull this up. This is actually one of our somewhat, he does comment sometimes. And we haven't always seen eye to eye. But again, you can have disagreements and still be cool.
Because you're allowed to like things. You're allowed not to like things. It's all good. Anyway.
Leo Convoy, I'm gonna put a link to this. And he basically debunks, because everybody said that ThunderCats 2011 was canceled because of toy sales or whatever, or because it didn't have any viewers, and that's not the case. It was actually Cartoon Network cut a deal with Lego, I guess, for that Legends of Chima, which I thought was really weird, because I'm like, it looks just like ThunderCats, but it's Legos, and basically that's what happened. And so there was actually sufficient interest in the show. The original ThunderCats was not designed to sell toys either. It was Rankin Bass.
They keep saying that.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's the same old tired arguments they give for everything. It's like, it literally is like the Borg, and here's your approved list of responses. It's always, well, the original show was made to sell toys. It's like, well, at least it could sell toys, because when you try to sell toys at She-Ra, they didn't sell it. They're in the bargain bin. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, because the audience, this is the thing. The thing is, they're going for audiences that they're not kids. They're not kids. These cartoons are created by young adults who probably grew up with Tumblr we always say for Tumblr, by Tumblr.
Because, there are, but to be fair, there are people on Tumblr who aren't bad. Just like you can be a good Raylo or bad Raylo. It's not everybody on Tumblr is bad. But there is a definite trend towards, they went and found these people on Tumblr. Now Tumblr is pretty much dead, but back when it was not dead a couple years ago was when a lot of these people got picked up, and they were picked out of Tumblr.
Yeah, but then Tumblr just burned itself.
Yeah, because imagine that. It's all fine. It's all good.
So anyway, I want to talk about how interesting things got. So we put this video out, and it just goes on and on. This was kind of like, I did not realize that we had Whack the Beehive apparently as hard as we
Yeah,
did.
apparently we have more power than we ever thought we ever had. Okay.
Yeah, people said that we are, let's see, this dude said we need to die. They sabotage everything.
Yes, because we have that power. We can totally sabotage
everything.
Okay, you read this comment, and then I want to say about the sabotaging.
Okay, Baptiste 702. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. I would say indeed that the 2011 reboot was ahead of its time.
I think so.
It was able to respect the original 80s cam material while bringing a more compelling and modern animation to it. And I agree, it was a very expensive show, but it was done very, very well.
Its expensive is what did it in. Anyway.
Aaron says show should sell merch. That's true, but ThunderCats wasn't designed to be a toy commercial in the same way that He-Man was. It was show first, and then they made the toys. Now, I remember as a kid, because they didn't have ThunderCats toys available when the show launched. It was like months and months later.
Yeah. No, about sabotage. I love how he says he sabotage everything. We're the ones sabotaging everything. These people are the ones that are putting out these shitty shows that are rebooting established franchises, and they're doing, and I'm sorry, but it comes across as deliberately trolling. Like, She-Ra, you could maybe argue, it looks like garbage, but maybe, okay, whatever. But then their marketing people were what made me think otherwise.
Yeah.
But the ThunderCats one, I'm sorry, that's just a flat out troll is all that is. That is a trolling thing. If you want to talk about sabotage, I think you're looking at the wrong people. We don't have that kind of power.
Yeah, so let's go through the
These are all the tweets that were geared at us. These are great.
That's wrong. I lost my no.
What'd you do? Did you break it?
I did break it. What did I do?
What did you do?
I don't know what I did. These guys, hold on.
He's trying to figure out what he did. He messed up.
No.
He darn messed up.
I lost the
I'll
chat.
read the comment. Aloha boy. Yes, I had to do this. Okay, you didn't have to do that. Sorry. I love it when Geeky Sparkle rages. Oh, thank you. I try. She is my spirit animal. Okay. He can't find the chat. But thank you for saying I'm your spirit animal.
Here we go. Restore chat. There we go.
This is why you don't let Neon do things.
No, no, it's because it went into the wrong window.
Drunk Neon broke it. Yeah, right. Normally he's not bad at this.
No, because what it did is it opened, so I can't open these without.
Boomer moment.
Oh boy.
Okay. Anyway, so we got a lot of tweets. Actually, there weren't that many. I was surprised. I thought we'd get a lot more hate than we did, because that just says to me there aren't as many people who care.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't break it again.
I'm gonna try not to. Here, let's see if we can open it without opening the other window. There we go. Okay, I have to be on this screen first, then open.
Okay.
So we're blocking these people's names out, even though we don't have to. For some reason, these people seem to think that, like, you have to block their names out, or they can be struck in for copyright.
Or no, we can be struck for copyright.
We can be struck.
You shouldn't drink. Anyway, so this is their number one joke. If we had $1 for every time I heard this joke, well, shit. Guess I know why you're named Clownfish TV. We haven't heard that one before. You got the whole damn circus in town tonight. We try.
So
shit like this seriously tests my pro artist stance sometimes. Like, should I really have to defend this almost spiteful desecration of previous franchises?
Then they tried tagging some cartoon YouTuber in. I don't know who this guy is. I'm not gonna.
I think it's maybe even a girl. I don't even know.
I don't know, but they tried tagging him in to get them to jump on the hate train too, and they did because they blocked me. So Paul.
Oh, and the video they're tagging him in on was from 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, and I don't remember what we said. I don't know. Who knows? New DuckTales completely changed the dynamic with 3 boys. They're never any of the scenes together, and they never go on any adventures together. So sorry. That is true. That's coming from Paul. That is true. I mean, I will give you that, because Huey, Dewey, Louie were always. In fact, we used to in the comics. We used to always refer to them as HDL. They basically are one character, and it was interchangeable dialogue. But I think it was deliberate. They were trying to
give them more personalities,
yeah.
So they weren't like just the interchangeable dialogue.
Yeah. So let's see some other fun things you dug up here on Twitter. What's this one?
I don't remember. It should have been in order, but you didn't.
Here we go.
This is for you, Aaron.
This is for you, Aaron.
This is for you.
Here, should I do it?
Go ahead.
He wrote Darkwing Duck's comic, which had a pre-built fan base, but still sold horrible. He is very gatekeepery and
oh yeah, I get that all the time.
Constantly cozies up to bigots like Clownfish TV and that Umbrella guy. He's just another no-talent writer who tries for the hate bucks and the fans.
Let's break this one down. First of all, I don't see how Aaron's gatekeepery. Secondly, we're bigots. Did you put the definition of bigot? I love this. Here's what a bigot means by definition: a person who is intolerant towards those holding different opinions. But we're the bigots, not these people. Go back to the. And then I don't know if Aaron, if you talk to Umbrella Guy or not. We don't. I mean, Neon does sometimes, but your no talent writing is still better than ThunderCats Roar. So you have that.
There is that. Jeremy Joestar, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Tumblr cartoons are for childless weirdos who have little no interaction with a normal person. This is why people turn to anime and manga. I would have actually argued with you a couple of years ago, but I will tell you the truth. We have seen some very, very strange people. And I would like to say they're passionate about cartoons, but some of them are just weird.
Just weird.
They're just weird.
Oh, this just keeps asking us what we thought about Kappa. Didn't
Kappa,
see that.
I think people are blowing it up to be a bigger deal than it actually is. I hate Clownfish TV. That's okay. You're allowed to.
You're allowed to hate it.
That's okay. Why are you
Hugs
watching...
and kisses to you, though.
Why are they watching our channel if they hate us?
Because they're here to troll. But you know what? You can hate. That is nothing but love for you. Go ahead.
All right.
Wait. Aaron was saying something above. Hold on. I guarantee this person has never read my work. I guarantee you're right.
Hello,
anyway,
fellow bigots. All right, what else we got?
By the way, I wrote 8 followers. Sorry, it was with a mouse. I wrote 8 followers on it because they're so well beloved and followed. This is actually a whole thread. Do you have all of these?
I have a bunch. I can only open one at a time. Sorry.
Okay, what on earth is wrong with y'all? You expect a cartoon to respect you? Okay. Anyways,
yes, I do.
Keep it up, because with this attitude, maybe ThunderCats Roar can also get 6 seasons and 2 movies. That's right, because our attitude defines all of cartoonism, or all the cartoondom. We have that kind of power, guys. Apparently, we're unaware of it, but actually, we're hearing from lots of animators and stuff, and it turns out we have more power we think, but not that kind of power.
Yeah, this is weird. Hey, Raging Ray.
Oh, hey, Raging Ray.
Neon and Geeky have not seen Happy New Year's. Yeah, thank you. That has nothing to do with what I said. These people expect the show to respect their merchandise-driven 80s show. No, I expect the people working on the show to show respect to the animators who actually went on to like Studio Ghibli and Rankin Bass, who were legends in animation. I expected them to show a little. We expected the
She-Ra people to show respect to Filmation, and they didn't either. So I'm just saying.
What else we got? These
there was a whole thread of this one.
Oh, there's a whole thread.
Wait, let me see.
Okay, drive the thing.
I don't know if it's the second part or not. Let me see. That wasn't it.
That's not even.
Oh, never mind. I don't know where it is either.
We'll find it. So
I gave them to you numbered.
It doesn't matter. They ain't saved right. So okay, this is funny. I know. Okay, as well as I do, people go beyond of I don't like it. Clownfish TV alone made 6 videos of the show before it was announced.
Because they're the titles
like this, but this
everybody wanted it. That isn't our video.
That's not our video.
For one, but 2, we made videos because everybody kept saying, "Where's ThunderCats and where's High Guardian Spice?" We made videos because we were like the only people who kept tabs on it.
IGN Latin America thinks we're a news source.
That's right. We kept making videos because no one else was talking about it. One could argue that because we made videos, we gave them attention. People were waiting for it. So that's not even our video.
This is not our video.
So
this is not our video. Okay.
Oh, there are some real doozies in among this.
Yeah. So here we'll find the rest of this conversation.
Oh, that was that one. Yeah, because I was black.
Holy crap! You sent a really long message. Didn't the creator say he didn't like ThunderCats?
Oh, you missed the one before they accused us of telling people that telling people the death threats and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. We'll get it. Okay. So. I watch a lot of Clownfish TV, and they always encourage people not to send death threats or go after the artist.
Well, they always say, you're allowed to like it, you're allowed not to like it. Do not harass people on Twitter.
No, don't harass people on Twitter.
It's not okay. I don't care who you are, and it's always a small percentage of any kind of group that goes that far.
Is this the showrunner? He's got Lion-O as his
No, I wouldn't look to somebody from another country.
Oh, okay. Clownfish literally made the video in my original post where they did nothing but talk about how much they hate the show. We're allowed to.
Yeah, because it looks like crap.
Bash, Victor Courtwright, and the crew. We said it was a bad idea to do this.
I did call them trolls. I did call them trolls. Because I'm sorry, that was just a troll. Is all that was. There wasn't anything remotely.
It was trolling.
It was trolling.
We didn't call him trolls because he's got hair like a troll doll. We call him trolls
because they were
trolling the old school cartoon fans. It's a mean-spirited evisceration. Yes, it is. That's not a wrong thing to say.
This guy doesn't respect the show because he doesn't.
He doesn't. Baptiste, thank you. Didn't have to do that. With all the 6 Infinity Stones, I would snap my fingers. All SJWs and can sabotaging would cease to exist. I call that a blessing.
I think it would be a blessing too.
I wish we would just make new things. Repent and thank you. People that criticize bad products have more power than Yasmin. because they need someone who will save their reputation since SJWs.
Real quick, they were talking about space camp. Actually, I shared that as soon as I heard about it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit because I always like Space Camp, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
The creator grew up watching it and would literally study the original for learning how to animate.
And then then the person defending us brings up the fact that how bad that, I think it's that one right there.
This big long one?
I think it might be that one. Or maybe the one next to it. Or not that one, the one.
This one.
Other side.
This one.
Maybe.
This is the one we just had.
Okay, then whatever. Yeah, try the other one. That one.
You've been drinking too.
Okay, yeah. Holy crap, that makes it even worse. You'd think he'd be better at it. Here comes more lies. He didn't animate the show by himself, and you know it. I didn't say he did. How would that even be possible? You're implying he did by saying you'd think he'd be better at it. No, better at learning how to animate it.
Never said that.
This person's calling them out. If not that, then what are you trying to say? That he's a bad animator? How do you figure that? He's in charge. He has the final say in everything. He sees a scene his crewmate look like shit. He has the power to delete it. But no, he decides to keep it in looking that way, the way it does. Behind the scenes, he's drawing these characters, and they look like poop.
Yeah.
Or toots. I mean,
Yeah. You two save hate tweets to your computer. Amuses me greatly. No, normally we don't. I did just pull them up for the live stream just because it's hilarious.
We didn't even look until today. People were telling us. Or yesterday. People were telling us.
Did you see those tweets? I'm like...
Well, one person's, like I said, one of them, they're accusing us of sending death threats, which we never did.
We'll get there. Oh, this guy, whoopsie. Well, he blocked me anyway, so. It's a Clownfish TV video. They make clickbaity titles for every little thing that happens in pop culture, just like news outlets.
Because, CBR and comicbook.com and Mary Sue and all them.
And don't get me started on their comment section of followers.
Oh, they're talking about all you.
Blow
them kisses.
Saying stupid stuff like She-Ra being SJW. Did we ever say that? I don't think we ever said that.
We usually don't use SJW.
I usually do SJW as air quotes.
We usually don't use it very much.
They made over 60 videos of it. Did we actually make 60 She-Ra videos?
I don't know, but here's my thing about this one, guys. Here's my thing. If I did or didn't, it doesn't matter. The fact is, I am an old school She-Ra fan. I was a She-Ra fan since it was on TV. I used to watch the show. I had the toys. I still have the toys. I spend money on She-Ra items and things like that. I have for years. So if I want to make 60 fucking videos about She-Ra, I'm allowed to do that. If I want to say I don't like the new show, I'm allowed to have that opinion. I am an old school She-Ra fan. So if I want to make videos and talk about it, I am allowed to do that, and you don't get to sit there and tell me I can't. Thank you.
She has spoken.
I have spoken.
Yeah, I've learned not to shut her down when she speaks.
You learned that today. Didn't go for it for him.
Today, I tried to mansplain. It didn't work.
You didn't mansplain. You just put your finger in my face, and I was like, "Oh hell no!"
I was referring to Han Solo to maybe not. Okay, never mind. JMD Reed, thank you. Ogeeki's ranting. Glad I jumped in. Love your content. F Twitter. Cesspool of the internet.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you.
Mick Shork. Can I come on the show to talk about Rise of Skywalker? Well, we haven't watched it yet. I don't know when we're gonna do a thing. For the person talking about us, you, sir, or ma'am, can eat a whoa.
Oh,
hot
wait.
pepper.
Talk about the fans of Clownfish. Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
That's okay. You're allowed to.
Talking about them, who? Who's them?
I think this person on Twitter.
Oh.
Make sure. I don't know. We'll see because we don't. I don't know. We'll have to see. We have to see it first. We haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Freedom of speech. No, you're not allowed to because weren't they trying to say that you weren't allowed to talk about their tweets because they were like copyrighted?
Yeah, that was one of these. We're getting to it.
Like they used people.
Oh yeah, here is this what I talk about? Oh, this is here. I did this because look, all these 3 different people, right? And he cited to a Clownfish TV. Clownfish TV lives up to their name. Screw Clownfish TV. Now it's the best video on Roar. Clownfish TV isn't even funny, and their name is Clownfish. You know what? You'd think you get better material. They wish they had the power to make jokes like these. Truly, we wish we were. Yeah, you're downright. We wish we were as good as the jokes in ThunderCats were. All toots. I didn't make good enough joke.
Where did these people come from?
If I was going to say something, I wouldn't say toots.
How toots?
How toots?
Clownfish. This is
I
the
love
best.
this.
You had to draw a clown face on this guy.
Oh, I gave a bunch of them red hair in case you haven't noticed. I made them little faces. I gave them red hair,
That's
and stuff. I geekied them.
Clownfish TV is the Alex Jones of the cartoon community. That is
right.
The best.
Figured us out.
We're going to put that on the...
That's a t-shirt.
They're turning Kermit the Frog gay. Oh my God. I hope Clownfish TV would get copyright struck by animators Whore the original. Oh, who are? Whore the original. Whore's funnier. Whore the original creators of the shows and banned from Twitter.
Okay, well, a couple things here. This person's completely an idiot. Because here's the thing, guys. One, you can't get copyright struck when you're not doing anything except talking about things and showing a screenshot. It's under fair use. Two, funny enough, a lot of the original creators of the shows, from these animations that you guys are, you know, shitting on, actually talk to us and have been on our show. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's so funny because if they knew who we knew and who actually agrees with us and who can't say publicly who agrees with us, they would.
There's a lot of people who agree with us. Let's just put there's hope, guys. A lot of people agree. But I love this. We're going to get copyright struck for showing, for like this. We're going to get copyright struck for showing a couple seconds of an image. And the original animators are going to come and they're going to show us. Yeah, you know, as we've welcomed them on our show many times. Any of you original animators from these shows are more than welcome to come on to our show. We've had you on several times. Come on over.
How are we supposed to get banned from Twitter? We don't get in fights with people. God, seriously. Wild Rose, thank you didn't have to do that. Getting banned from Twitter. Twitter is a mark of honor.
We have to do something to be banned. I mean, like someone said we were as edgy as a spoon at a Barry Manilow concert, and I think that's about right.
Oh God.
He said no offense. I wasn't offended because I agree. We're so terrible and edgy. You know, I just can't even.
Joe Khalil, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I felt Geeky's rage the other day. I felt it too. I was right next to her. She was shaking. Her thighs were shaking.
Well, that's a little graphic.
Arms were shaking.
Yeah, that's a good day. We were glad we did not have a video camera on me because I think my eyes were like. Rah!
I'm a self-taught artist and don't usually throw shade at other artists' work. This art style is
It's really bad.
It's cheap. Dapper Dragon Media said.
Greetings from the UK.
Greetings from the UK. People behind and on Twitter accounts are so fragile.
Yes.
They were driven into a rage that I wasn't fragile and laughed off their attempts at insults.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They
started going after Aaron too.
Yeah, people were wishing us dead, and we're like, we don't even normally look at the comments, but we're like, what? And I love the one where I'm an edgy dude, bro. Where where's the?
Oh, you're an edgy dude, bro.
Now this person misgendered me. on their own Twitter profile, they have their pronouns listed, but then they deliberately misgendered me. Oh, I'm like, shouldn't they be in trouble for that? Because they deliberately misgendered me.
The guys from the round table were all upset that Roar wasn't enjoyed. I'm sure they probably were. But here's the thing. Again,
she isn't her fault.
Well,
I know, right? We're not edgy at all.
God, we're God, seriously. So if we're edgy, I'm like, we are normal. We are 100% normal. We are what normal used to be like 10, 15 years ago.
I might have been a little over the top.
Okay, you were a little edgy.
But I was really pissed. I mean, I watched the show. I got home and watched it, and I was like, oh my God, it's just way worse. It was worse than I could ever thought.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that.
I was like, and what makes me mad too, as a mom and a teacher, I am tired of these shows done by people who usually don't have kids, making them solely for the children. When we were kids, and even just a few years ago, shows were actually kind of smart. And now you're getting toots, and it's just like, stop talking down to kids and using that excuse. Oh, it's really silly, dumb humor because it's for children. Children aren't that stupid. Stop acting like they are stupid. And if we keep getting shows like this, we're going to have a whole nother generation of people who think, toots is an insult.
Disney Plus Space Camp reboot. We're getting there.
We are doing it. It's on here.
Since we're talking cartoons, though, I wanted to just talk a little bit about the follow-up.
Oh, yes.
From the Fallout. We did a video the other day, and I thought we were actually pretty balanced on it, talking about Geek Dad, who the writer was gay.
And I'm familiar with him. I've read his stuff before this.
He seems like a pretty smart guy. I was reading his stuff. I'm like, okay, I get that. That's fair. And he put an article out where he basically said that they were baiting, that DreamWorks was baiting
they kind of were.
The LGBTQ community with She-Ra. And we talked about it because we were like, well, yeah, that was what all the marketing was. And, we don't know where She-Ra's at right now.
Now, he was talking more like the Kedora stuff and the upfront characters that are main characters. He was kind of talking about that. And then, and it was going down the road of where Voltron went. And oh my God, they all lost their shit because how dare people say that? Because here's Double Trouble. But just don't call Double Trouble in it, because if you do, you get a lot of crap. Even though Double Trouble's a creature, elf, dragon-y thing, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Did I miss anybody? I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anybody. Did I miss?
Well, here, hold on, I'm looking.
No,
I can see it faster than you.
Tim Riggs again. Thank you. This episode brought to you by Tim Riggs. It's amazing how far animation has fallen from the glory shows of Animaniacs, Batman, and X-Men. Yes, it is. It's horrible. And it wasn't that long ago that we had fantastic shows, even going back to the 2000s. You know, we had shows like Avatar. We had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot, which is a reboot done right. You know, we had a lot of, the Action Young Justice. We had a lot of really good shows. And then it just went from that. Once Adventure Time came out, and Adventure Time itself, at the beginning especially, was a good show. But then everybody tried to ape it, and they were doing it badly.
That's just it. That's what we're seeing. Like, I mean, what I'm seeing all the time in this art style especially, and I'm not going to say it's just Cal Arts, because it's not just Cal Arts, but this art style especially, it's like it gets simplified, and I know it's to make it cheap. Yeah. But it keeps getting simplified down to the fact that pretty soon it's going to have blobs with like lines for mouths, and that's going to be the animated show, because this is why this is why manga, again, is kicking the American stuff's ass, because people are like, why are we going to watch this? We can go get anime and manga, and it actually has good stories and good art. Because as much as they try to argue that art doesn't matter, or that is good art, that is not good art. And it's, and it works for a show like The Amazing World of Gumball, because it was its own thing. It was the defining art style for that show. Yeah. The humor fit that show. It was, and you can get away with that when it's your own thing. Just make new stuff. Stop crapping on everything that existed before it. If you take something that's already an existing franchise, like She or like ThunderCats, you cannot take it this far and not expect backlash, because it's not what people expect. It's not what the fans want. Yeah. Stop cheapening it. Cheapening it does not equal better. I'm sorry.
They want the fandom. They want the numbers that come with having an established fan base, but they don't want those fans to speak up.
And they don't want the cost. I'm sorry. Go ahead and read the other thing, and then
okay. Dragon Volador X. Good to see you. Down with the normals. Oh, boy.
But you know what it reminds me of? It's like when you take a copy and you make a copy of it, you make a copy of it, and each time you make a copy of it, it just, the quality of it gets worse each time. Yep. And that's what it reminds me of. There's only so much you can milk a damn franchise until you destroyed it.
Yeah.
Ask Disney how that goes.
Humble Marty, when little kids' cartoons are smarter than ThunderCats Roar. Face palm. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I just went off again. I didn't mean to, but
yeah, so it's just, so anyway, we did talk about this, and I think Geek Dad actually had some pretty valid points. Gave them props for that. The Mary Sue must have watched our video, because they went completely ape on Geek Dad. Mm-hmm. They basically just ranted at Geek Dad. It was overwritten, circulating that accuses DreamWorks shows, including She-Ra, of engaging in what the writer calls predatory, deceptive marketing to boost LGBT viewership without intending to depict queer individuals in a meaningful way. And they just tore him a new one. And it's really sad, because he was actually defending LGBTQ representation in shows, but it's like, if you're going to do it, if you're going to make it a marketing bullet point, then you better follow through with it, not just bait people.
Yeah, exactly.
So now everybody's fighting amongst themselves. Anyway, it's not just us. We're not the biggest haters out there.
I know, but apparently we are. Apparently we have unimaginable powers and control over the cartoon world, even though we don't. Nor do we want them.
Yeah, why does everybody think we have, we do know. Look, we do know people in the animation industry.
We know a lot of people.
We know a lot. We speak for people who can't speak for themselves, because they'll lose their jobs if they do.
That's right. So,
before you go whining to your stablemate there at that studio, they might have us on speed dial.
I'm just saying, because a lot of people talk to us. Because, actually, surprising,
we have that much power.
As these wannabe artists are, we actually used to do comics for a living, and we had our own webcomic that used to get, how many hits we used to get in a month?
Oh, we got a couple million a month.
We used to get a lot, so we don't know, we're sitting there saying, like, this stuff. It's because we're coming from a place that we know what we're talking about.
Usually. And sometimes we're just pissed. And you know what? We're allowed to be pissed.
A lot of times I'm just pissed.
Jack Scarada, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Howdy, y'all. Recently got into My Hero Academia. Good show.
I do like My Hero Academia.
Much better content. I can't read because I'm drunk.
It's because he's drinking.
Much better content in one manga than most of the Marvel Star Wars comics. That's true.
That's
why manga is killing. That's why manga is killing.
Manga is destroying. It's dominating in comic sales. And anime, a lot of people are like, I don't even watch these shows anymore. I just watch anime. Because the stories are better, the art's better. And it's like, if I want to, like Voltron. I actually liked Voltron. I didn't mind what they added to it. I didn't mind it so much. And look at that, and now compare it to ThunderCats.
Yeah, at least the people working on the show had a clue as to what worked for Voltron.
They tried to make it look good.
The first couple seasons especially. Now, I actually dropped off. I stopped watching after like the third or fourth season. But the first couple seasons I thought were really, really good. And as a, longtime Voltron fan, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Then I just got bored because it kind of slowed down a little bit.
The Godzilla anime trilogy. Yeah,
It was boring.
you and Squid King didn't really
We
care
watched
for
it and
that.
it was boring. It was so boring.
I don't know. I'm just like, I've been drinking too much too now. Dang. What are you?
Why don't YouTubers like yourselves help promote news stories? You know,
We
some
do,
do.
actually.
Some do. And that's kind of going to be a goal, I think, for this coming year is we're going to try to ramp up. You know, because we never intended to do this. This was
No,
never
actually,
what
what we
wanted to
like to do and what we want to do and what we're going to do more of going forward, we're still going to do this in pop culture and news because that's what we think it is. But we always wanted to create stuff. That's what we do actually pretty well, and we want to continue to make things because it's really important out there now that people make new things. There's not enough new things, and what's going on at these studios are so freaking chicken shit that they won't take chances on things, and instead they just want to rehash the same old things, but they want to do it cheap. Yeah. And all they're doing is just destroying things. And there's so many amazing stories out there that you could easily, you know, find 5 amazing, great properties in like a day if you went and looked. I mean, and people would love to have the opportunity.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's just so, I guess it's kind of like, how are these shows getting greenlit? And I think a lot of them, the reason they're attaching themselves in like a parasitic fashion to an established IP is because it's got the brand recognition and it's an easier sell to the bean counters at the studios.
Right.
Like, oh, DuckTales was not using DuckTales, because DuckTales is a good example of how to do it right, but you know, pitching it, DuckTales was a big hit in the 80s. Give us money to make a new DuckTales. Mm-hmm. You know, whereas Warner Brothers, I could see the pitch meeting for ThunderCats Roar. Teen Titans Go is a hit, and we've got ThunderCats sitting over here collecting dust.
But let's be fair, Teen Titans Go does better on numbers because they push it all the flipping time.
Yeah.
And for some kids, that's all they get. They watch what's pushed, and that's all the options they have. They don't have the other things to go to and watch instead.
That's true. Jack Scraw, thank you. Thoughts on a Star Wars anime? I think it'd be pretty cool. I know the manga is actually pretty good. I had the Dark Horse manga back in the day, and then they did Webtoons did a manga, which was actually pretty, well, whatever you called it, webtoon, it wasn't a manga, but it was actually really good. McShork again, thank you. I have legit crazy revelations with Rise of Skywalker and possibly connections with The Last Jedi. These writers are actually pretty LGBT. It's kind of funny because we were saying the other day that they could have had Asian...
Pretty anti-LGBT, yeah.
Yeah, Asian Rey, and they specifically
apparently, yeah,
passed.
one of the actresses that was up for 6 months was up for Rey.
They left her dangling for 6 months,
and she's half Asian, and, you know, they went with, you know, the white woman. Anyway, DuckTales is bestiality.
Oh, no, that's on Tumblr. I think they have it. Brittany Mars, thank you, didn't have to do that. My Hero Academia, new episodes make Roar look like dirt.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything coming out of Japan, but then a lot of stuff is actually animated by Japanese or Korean studios that animate a lot of the anime too, you know?
Well, I mean, it's a style they're going for. And like, well, I've been trying to catch up my Fruits Basket. Irony, we bought it, my mom bought it for, Pinky Boo for Christmas, and now I'm commandeering it. But anyway, it's just, you know, the art in these just make this other stuff look so childish.
Thoughts on Steven Universe Future? I haven't watched it. I actually haven't watched it yet. I actually was watching Steven Universe. You can vouch.
Was, yeah.
I was
Ken
watching.
Watched it all the time too.
Humble Marty, new guy meme animated series, Manimations channel coming soon. Manimations. Tim Riggs again. Also want to say I'm really sick of the kid show argument, as if it's acceptable to produce absolute garbage writing for animation for kids.
As a parent and a teacher, 100% yes.
Squid King was up here before we started, and he's like, you know what else was made for kids? The original ThunderCats. The original Transformers.
Yeah, the original She-Ra.
The original She-Ra. And he's like, you know, just saying. And he's like, I'm leaving now.
And he's a kid. So,
What
does his opinion matter? I'm just saying.
But we're, you know, Geek Dad, again, in defense of Geek Dad, because I'm actually, you know, I feel sort of, if Geek Dad is getting heat from the Mary Sue, it's probably because the Mary Sue stalks us. Mm-hmm. Because the article went unseen for days. There were no comments to it. Unless they were, you know, muting the comments or something, because a lot of these cartoon fans are crazy. Honestly, they're weird. You know, I mean, as we're finding out. But like, you know, in defense, he did a really good article on the problems with shipping in the fandom and the toxicity in the cartoon fandom right now.
Yeah, and he's talking about how the shipping is out of control, and they're putting needles in cookies and things, and how
ridiculous
it's been, and he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
Someone wants to know what games you're most looking forward to in the next year. I don't really get to play games that much.
No, you don't.
Actually, Squid King needs to be here for this. What are you looking forward to?
We're going to be ramping up the gaming channel this year. We kind of messed around a little bit last year, but we just didn't have time to commit to a schedule. But we're going to be playing through Jedi Fallen Order. That's going to be one of the first games.
What are the things you're looking forward to that aren't out yet? You don't even know, do you?
I am thinking about it. There's a lot, because there's so many games from like last year that I didn't get a chance to play. because I don't have
Actually,
time.
the one to ask is Squid King, and he's not up here. I'd ask him.
Oh, he's definitely looking forward to the new Half-Life Alex.
Oh yeah.
Game, the VR. I know he's looking forward to that. Yeah, we had at one point in time we had Batman the animated series, X-Men. Beautiful. We had Animaniacs on TV. It was like the early '90s were like a golden age.
Kiki Neon Shipper. Well, that ship has sailed. Anyway.
Tyler Preston, thank you. Didn't have to do that. You know what was made for children? Devilman, no joke.
Devilman.
Probably. They were a little more risque overseas, I think, than they were.
Well, like Sailor Stars, and Sailor Stars, when she transforms, she's completely naked, and and that was okay, and it was allowed. That was for children. I'm just saying. Yeah. Gargoyles was good.
Gargoyles was very good. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Space Camp. Oh, we're gonna talk about Crunchyroll. Oh, speaking of anime, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are now up to be voted on. And it's hilarious because they were ones, weren't they ones that were really down on
Shield Hero?
Yeah.
Well, they have Shield Hero on Crunchyroll. Shield Hero was problematic because the woman, the princess, Mine, accused the Shield Hero falsely of naughtiness, of the R.
He accused him of raping her when he didn't do it.
Can I say that?
I'm saying it. I can say it. She accused him of rape, and then had him, to try to just, have him kicked out and everything else. And then he had to work 3 times as hard to get as far because, of all this stuff that happened with her lying.
Aloha boy, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Not to give ideas, but what if Twitter was smart and make it seem like Clownfish no longer has any credibility? They should give them a verified blue check mark.
They won't.
Keep being unverified.
Even when people actually, made a parody account and tried to pretend to be us, they still wouldn't give us the blue check mark.
No, Gaming Ghost, have either of you checked out the stuff from VisiPop? No, we haven't. We just
have to have time.
We need a list of games people want to see.
Here's what we do on a normal day. We make, and as you can hear the cars, that is one of the reasons it takes forever to make videos.
We need a studio.
We make videos, the 3 videos or whatever a day for this channel. I do a ton of articles for the piratesandprincesses.net Disney blog. And I have to do all social media, Instagram and all that for that. We also have to take care of our kids and things like that. Now coming up, we also have scheduled that we're going to have the gaming channel is going to try to get content each week. Mm-hmm. We have an animation channel coming, and we're going to try to put Shadowbinders, which is our comic, somewhat on that channel as well. We have that coming. And I got to start doing videos for Pirates and Princesses for YouTube, and we have to do a podcast on that too. So that's why when we say we're really busy, all that, we haven't even got to work on our comic for a while because of it. All that is why. So
yeah, we're getting there. It just kind of, everything kind of blew up, and we don't have the manpower to keep up, unfortunately. So anyway, nominees for this year's Anime Awards. Shield Hero did not get nearly enough nominations.
It didn't, but there are some other ones that were good.
There are some good ones.
There's several that did. If you look at it, there's several.
Anime of the Year, Demon Slayer, Carol and Tuesday, which I've heard
Demon Slayer is really good too.
Yeah, I've heard very good things about Carol and Tuesday. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Mob Psycho 100, Maidens in Your Savage Season, Vinland Saga, which I haven't seen. Promised Neverland, started watching it. Ivan Barrera, thank you. Didn't have to do that. What happened to the American entertainment industry? I don't know. I was born 2000. When growing up, people still gave a damn about creativity. Yeah, I would say the 2000s, like things about 2010, 2011 started to take a nosedive. By the time we got to 2015, it was just like we were in full on, that's why we joke 2015 is coming to an end, because I think people are starting to wake up from whatever funk they were in for the last 5 or 10 years. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So what else do we have here? Best animation.
Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer,
Vinland Saga, Fate Grand Order, Absolute Demonic
What's the other one?
Babylonia.
How do you say it? I don't know that one.
Sarazame?
I don't know how to say that, guys.
I haven't watched it.
Because I haven't seen that one. Best Boy. Well, we don't have to read all of them. This is categories. Best Boy, they have Best Girl, they have Best Score.
Well, now, Raftalia did get a nod.
I voted for Raftalia. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would vote for it.
I did vote. Best Score, I'm just reading the categories. I voted for Show Here and Heartbeat.
Secret of Blue Water, that's one of my favorite.
It is. It's one of his favorite. Nadia is one of his favorites.
Yeah, I love Nadia.
Go down. Yeah, they have Best Director. I'm just reading the categories. We don't have to read all the
Best Score.
I just read that. Best Director.
Best Director.
Best, not Breast Director. That's
Breast Director.
That's something.
That's a new anime. We're gonna make that one. We're gonna Indiegogo that. Breast Director.
Breast Director. So that's because it's problematic. So then we have Best Character Design. I'm taking over.
breast
have,
director.
we have
That's like a behind the scenes, like, you know, that would be like the ultimate, like, hentai in joke. It would be like the guy is working in a porn studio and his goal in life is to become the best breast director.
That's right. There you go.
That's his
Dragon
life.
Voldor one says, oh, sorry. Thanks, you didn't have to do that. At Clownfish Studio Fund. Yeah, well, we've talked about doing Clownfish comics, too, because I guess there's a whole bunch of people who want...
No, we need a studio space without trucks.
That's right, and we need a comic branch. And, you know, what do you think would compel entertainment companies to stop regurgitating... Regurgitating. I can't drink and live stream. IPs, them losing money.
Yes.
It's clearly no motivator.
Yeah, it is. Long term, they're hiding it.
You have to understand too, when they greenlit these, it's usually like 2 or 3 years before they come out. So now, like, I think we're going to see a change, but it might take a couple years till we see it, because that's when the results of them losing money is going to pay it forward. Unless you're Disney, apparently they just like to lose money.
No shield here. Yeah,
best antagonist. Best fight scene. That was me on the ThunderCats War video.
How very dare you?
Seatown Avenger. Thanks, you didn't have to do that. New shows seem to want to burn the past down and remake in their own image. Exactly. High Guardian Spice will become a Crunchy Teeth production after merge. Yeah,
I think they're going to merge. Okay, so it's a funny thing. I did a video the other day about Crunchyroll's new office. Their very expensive new office. I'm like, if they're going to cut Crunchyroll loose, why are they letting them, you know, rent out this ridiculous space? Unless that's where, you know, because Rooster Teeth, they lost a whole bunch of people. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're just going to move all the Rooster Teeth people over to Crunchyroll's office and call it a day.
Yeah, so I don't know, but there's some weirdness going on. Best couple.
Us.
Best, yeah.
We are.
Best comedy.
Our life.
Us. We are. Best drama. Us.
Worst recording space. Us. That's a truck that just went by.
Best fantasy. Best opening sequence. Best ending sequence. Best performance by a voice actor English. Best performance by a voice actor Japanese. And that's the end. So you can go on there and vote if you would like to. It is up now. I don't know when they're voting till. Oh, there it tells you. Vote every day until the 17th. So you still have a few days to do so.
You got some time. There you go. But here's, you know, Shield director, producer urges you to go vote.
I didn't even see this.
And Naofumi's going to be at Setsukon.
Yes, the voice of Naofumi and Malty's going to be over at Setsukon in Altoona shortly. When is that? Like the 20-something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we were there before, set up as guests, but you know, we never get to go anywhere. We gladly be guests for things again. I mean, I know Setsukon was talking, not Setsukon, Takoshicon was talking to us about being guests there, and then we never heard anything else. We're probably too problematic now.
Right, too problematic for Teko.
But Setsukon is in Altoona and in Pennsylvania, and that is coming up, and now for me is going to be there.
Oh, Raftalia is going to be at Teko too.
Yeah, dang it! Then Teko was supposed to. They said you guys want to come. Yeah, we went through all this stuff with them, back and forth, and then nothing.
Then months of crickets because somebody got.
If you're going
somebody
Teko,
got.
You get hold of Teko and you tell them, you know, they need to bring us to Teko. Because if someone would say, "Hey, you want to come?" and they bring us out, we would totally go out.
Yeah, we'd go.
There you go.
That'd be fun.
We would show up. We would do it, but I can't wait for the next season of that. Anyway, Cells at Work. Our daughter Pinky Boo just loves it. That's like her new favorite.
Yeah,
thing.
She's been watching that.
That's her new favorite show to watch.
Osmosis Jones with
pretty much
anime girls.
Oh, Ultraman's writer died. I didn't know that.
No.
I'll tell Squid King. He'll be very upset.
Oh, C. Katini 28. Let the SJWs die. Kill their work.
I don't want anybody to die.
I don't want anybody to die, but I'm not opposed to careers dying.
I don't want any bad things to happen to anyone.
No, I want to be very clear because people are like,
but the war can go away. That's completely fine.
People are like, oh my god, you guys are a bunch of haters, and you send all your people to hate, and you hate, and you hate. It's like, no, we don't tell. Like,
we tell people not to mess with other people, but they go and do it. We didn't do it. No. Oh, now Space Camp. Okay.
Why? Sorry,
we're still going. I'm sorry. This is a long one. Space Camp. Yeah, exactly. Who's asking for Space Camp? I mean, I love Space Camp. Don't get me wrong. It was one of my... When I was a kid, I loved Space Camp. I wanted to go to Space Camp so bad when I was a kid. I wanted to go to space. When the Challenger explosion happened, I remember we were in elementary school. Yes, because we're old. And my teacher said... And he was actually one of the ones that were in the running to go on the Challenger. And he asked, would anybody still go? And no one put their hands up except for me. Because I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go to space. I love space camp.
Nuclear meltdown in Toronto?
Wait, what?
What?
Here, you talk about space camp. I'll look it up.
Space camp was about kids who went to a camp to go into space, and it had Joaquin Phoenix in it. That is Little Joker right there. And he had a robot, and it was very, very 80s. It was painfully 80s.
It was. And other people have mentioned they aren't doing the space shuttle programs like they were then. So it would have to be like, what is this, like the Space Force? Or something like that, you know?
Oh, are they going to go there?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It'd be like, it's coming soon to Disney Plus, Space Force.
I'm looking here. I don't see anything. Hold on. Alert.
Alert.
I don't know. It's Ottawa. Was it set in error?
It was an error.
Canadian authorities incident.
So Canada's still here,
I think it's okay.
Is there anybody from Canada? Are we?
Yeah,
are you still here?
Explain the situation. What's the sitch? Please explain it.
Joker in space. I would watch that. I would.
But okay, who was clamoring for a new Space Camp the movie? Just I mean, they keep bringing these. Why don't you just make new things? No, Space Camp.
Space Camp. Yeah. So Space Camp. Hey, Cam Kick-Cat, we did look into the nuclear. We looked into it.
We did, and it said it was a false alarm.
It was a false alarm.
I did. I just checked it right now while he was talking about Space Camp.
Yeah, there we go.
Why can't more American people make an anime TV show? I don't know.
Why can't American people make it? Because
more American people. Because they're letting them in now.
Kind of. It's whoever's got the money to do it, really. And most of the shows in the 80s that we grew up with, most of them, with the exception of the Filmation ones, were actually animated in Japan. Mm-hmm. Most of them. So yeah, it's always been.
So I don't know why. If you have the money to hire a studio, you can. Yeah,
there you go. How do you become an anime director in 2020? First, you get $1 million.
I knew you were going to do that.
First, you get $1 million. Actually, it takes more than that. Well, here comes the truck. Here it comes.
So anyway, now they're going to remake Space Camp with Jinx. And they bring Jinx back and everybody else. And you know, they're going to redo it. I think Steven Spielberg's wife's is kind of too old to do it now.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to get a Space Camp when I was a kid, and now it just doesn't. But they're doing it with the Saturday Night Live writers because that makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They're going to turn it into a comedy.
It's going to be a comedy. Yeah. So I was hoping for Joaquin Phoenix to play a stirring, soulful portrait of his young character from the first film, struggling with how to fit into society after undergoing a series of space-related traumas. But he's
going to dance in the shuttle, you know.
Yeah, this is another Disney Plus. Like, why don't they just like not announce the stuff until a couple of months out? Instead, they're like, 5 years from now, we're going to have this program and this program and this program, barring nobody dies, and that Disney Plus is still online.
They'll probably reboot Goonies. If they have the rights to it, you know, damn well they will. Well, actually, we're trying to get them to do a Goonies sequel, and like a lot of the actors were on board with it, and they wanted to do one, and they wouldn't approve it. And, you know, probably because if they're going to redo it, they're going to make sure to get rid of everybody that was associated with the original to make sure they do it, quote unquote, better. Now. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about the Joker. Somebody made a Murray joke in there. And every time I see the name Murray now, I'm like, Murray. It's like, because that's how he says it. It's a Robert De Niro Joker. He's like, have another joke, Murray. You know? It's like.
Small Wonder. They should reboot Small Wonder.
Oh, God, that could be very
They're
bad.
They do actually have a Space Camp for grown-ups, yes.
Okay, so here's the plot. Here's the plot of Small Wonder. Dad brings home a little girl robot.
Do we need to go any further?
But ching. So Dad kidnaps a little girl robot that he built and brings her home and keeps her in the closet.
Because that's where you put
as a
little
slave. As a house slave.
I mean, they spun it in a much better way than that. But,
she has a built-in vacuum cleaner in her chest or stomach. She's made to...
Where do they empty that at?
I don't know. That show is problematic.
Yeah.
Speaking of I think that was a Canadian show, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't know. Canadian. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Oh, well, you're going to blame them. Okay. So anyway,
so Space Camp is going to happen, and also Shield Hero should have got more nominations, but we know why it didn't, because it's problematic. Mm-hmm. It's problematic. Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know. I've drank too much of your drink, and I don't know.
I think we ran long.
Now we're being boring.
Yeah, we're being boring, and nobody wants to be boring, so it's best we pull the plug.
Oh, Nostalgia Critic reviewed that show, was like, what the fuck? Funny story.
Oh, we had a panel with it.
We played Cards Against Humanity, and it was me, Neon, and it was Nostalgia Critic and his brother, and it was Matt Mercer. And we played, and that was at ZenkaiCon.
ZenkaiCon? Was that ZenkaiCon?
That was ZenkaiCon.
It was ZenkaiCon. Back when the cons actually used to invite us.
Yeah, back when, because everybody's like, you don't know what you're talking about. How dare you, horrible people. No one would come anywhere near you, except they used to invite us to come in just to talk about making comics, because our comic was popular. And we sat there and played Cards Against Humanity, and I'm pretty sure they stacked the deck, but that's another story entirely.
That is another story entirely.
But we played with Matt Mercer, and yeah, they had to bring him to the back because they were afraid people would try to.
All the Matt stands.
Yeah.
Would get to Matt.
So that's true story. I sat next to him. He gave me a hug, and we played games.
Small Wonder is renamed Super Vicky in Brazil.
Really?
Because her name was Vicky.
I gather that her name was Vicky.
I guess it's better than Wonder Vicky or Small Vicky. That's kind of interesting, actually.
Your headset's on, and there's an echo. Every time I talk, I hear myself, and it's your earbuds and headset.
Okay. All right. So I am thinking we need to wrap this up.
Let's please do.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you. We don't do live streams very often, but we appreciate when you guys come out for them. And
we probably will be giving you guys one at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, yeah, we'll do Galaxy's Edge live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, it'll be so funny if the ride actually broke down when we were on it.
It breaks down a lot.
It breaks down like every day.
So that's well, you mean the Rise of Resistance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but then like I said before, to be fair, it's a new ride. There's a lot of pieces on that ride, so it's understandable things break. It's just I think they really rushed it. It shouldn't be breaking as much as it does. All right. So, well, you'll see us.
Eventually. All right, guys.
Yes, Matt Mercer, the voice actor. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah.
The guy does the gaming stuff.
Lion, hi. When are you guys doing a Pennsylvania hangout?
I don't know. If a con would bring us in, we go to one of the ones around here. They keep saying they're going to, and then they never do.
Yeah, Techo was supposed to bring us in. I don't think they
they asked what we needed, and it wasn't much, and then we didn't ask for money or anything. Just, hey, give us a place to stay, and we'll come out.
Somebody will bake us X-Lax cookies because we like ThunderCats.
Well, I won't eat baked goods from people I don't know. But they never got back to us, and, I mean, Setsucon's not only an hour and a half from us, never got invited to that either. So.
I know.
We used to be invited, but now we're not because now we're trouble, apparently.
We're problematic. We're going to make these people feel bad about themselves.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.